Yep, Shelmerston's a smashing place. I'm lucky to call it home.
Hey everyone, John from Nintendo Life here, and today we're reviewing I Am Dead for Nintendo Switch. This review was originally written by the wonderful Stuart Jipp and was translated to video by me.
Yeah, and they did that to remember me because, oh yes, I am dead.
I am dead. I am dead. I am dead. At the risk of getting a bit dark, that has quite a ring to it, doesn't it? A lovely little get out for those unwanted conversations, invitations, and generally being approached by anyone at all. Hey, what do you think of the political climate? I am dead. Oh, sorry buddy, didn't realise. It's a license to do nothing. Unfortunately, the protagonist of I Am Dead, a deceased museum curator, Maurice Lupton, isn't even able to enjoy the void-like stillness of the cold, cold grave. Instead, seemingly doomed to walk the island of Shelmerston forever as a ghost, while spying on people's thoughts, slicing into their brains like a macabre psychic cross-section. Maurice is tasked with this cerebral voyeurism by his dead dog Sparky, who informs him that a formerly dormant volcano is about to explode and destroy the island you're haunting, unless a new ghostly custodian is found. So, no pressure then. They'll put you to work even after you're dead. It feels almost perverse, digging into people's memories, trying to channel the ghost of a mortally challenged individual, just to condemn them to an eternal volcano guarding fate. But that's the game. Of course, we're being flippant. I Am Dead is an at times touching and generally thoughtful exploration of loss, grief, and lasting memories that doesn't quite resonate as much as it could due to some occasionally too twee writing and gameplay that doesn't disguise the fact that it's a glorified hidden object game. But there's still plenty of merit to dig up. Exhume, you see, like a dead person. The meat and potatoes gameplay of I Am Dead actually reminded us a lot of Neil Buchanan's Finders Keepers game show, but without the cheerful Liverpudlian host. Each investigation takes place in a sort of diorama, a cross-section of living space that you can move around and rotate in a limited manner. You're effectively just a cursor selecting things, locking onto objects and zooming in to slice them, allowing you a type of incremental X-ray vision. Slice into a tomato, for example, and you'll see the segments, the pips, the pulp. Doing the same thing to a person, however, doesn't cut them open, but instead sends you into their memories of the candidate for custodian in question. Having the individual you're mentally probing relate a story about their time with the deceased. These stories are roundly interesting, generally emotional, and boast strong character work. The sense of community in Shelmerston is made very apparent and elevated rather brilliantly by these little vignettes, but their gameplay leaves a little to be desired. You're shown a distorted image and must use ZR and ZL to simply move the pieces around like a kaleidoscope. Not challenging at all, but an effective way to represent the notion of a jumbled, tangled memory. Each of these sections centers around a particular object, which you'll then have to go and find in the main stage. Sometimes they'll be in plain sight, but more likely you need to slice your way through something else to find your target. Get them all, and it's on with the storyline, with more potential custodians to offer the position to. I Am Dead is attractive throughout, with a colourful style that may be a bit guilty of being a bit too indie game at times. Admittedly, that's not the most defined of criticisms, but there's quite a few indie titles with this sort of aesthetic right now. Donut Country springs to mind. So there isn't much of a wow factor. Still, the visuals complement the gameplay and it all runs nice and smoothly on Nintendo Switch. But the controls can feel a little twitchy. It's not much of an issue given the lack of time constraints outside of optional riddles, but it is still there. And I Am Dead isn't a long game. We capped around 5 hours, and that was with quite a lot of meandering. But there's still plenty of stuff to search, and hidden grainkins in every scene which require fairly specific slices to locate. While the game's writing and the memory scenes is lovely, we found the interplay between Maurice and Sparky to be a little on the bijou side. Sparky's hyper-earnest voice acting didn't help matters, though if dogs could talk, we'd suspect they would be as chipper and forthright as her.
But Ghost Code 342B dictates that the custodian must be a ghost who has been dead on this island for at least 1,000 days, and we don't have that long.
And admittedly, this is nitpicking, but this writer was a little irritated by the script, where Maurice, a British character, is given copious amounts of Americanisms, something that's a little jarring at times, and it could snap us out of the immersion. A very interesting game indeed. I Am Dead isn't top-tier indie magic, but is a hide-and-seek sandbox that will reward you the deeper you go. It's refreshingly content-rich, what with the grainkins to find and riddles to solve for committed players. An appealing sense of place and strong visuals are only spoiled by some misplaced attempts at quirkiness and some minor control issues. Overall though, I Am Dead makes us long for the sweet embrace of the Reaper. Wait, no. It's just a rather enjoyable game. That's it. Not the other thing. Good God. We here at Nintendo Life give I Am Dead a 7 out of 10. If you want to read the full written review in addition to many other indie games, check out nintendolife.com. Let us know what you guys think about I Am Dead in the comments below, and we'll catch you next time. Bye everyone!